I was a gamer. Every day after school, I would go and immediately play games. Yay! School is over! I can finally go and play the new game that just released! I lived in a small house in a small neighborhood. The problem was, this house was so small that none of me and my parents could fit. So my parents decided to move into a new house. This house was massive. It was 20 times bigger than my old house. I was so excited that I was going to get my own gaming room. And yes, one day I was just exploring outside of my house and I saw this house, which had a label named Spiderman's house. Does he really live in? I wanted to know, so I tried various ways just to try and break this house, but to no avail. It just could not work. I guess I just cannot get Spider-Man's autograph, I thought, and just went back to my house. One day, I wanted to see the neighborhood playground. The neighborhood playground in my old house was not really big, so I wanted to see if my neighborhood playground in my new neighborhood would be bigger. So I just walked across, and then to my shock, I saw Spider-Man in the neighborhood playground. I was not for words. I'm like, hey Spider-Man, hey Spider-Man. Yes, normal person? Can I get your autograph? Okay, he nodded his head and now I got his autograph. Thanks for your autograph, Spider-Man. Spider-Man and I got to be really good friends and play with me tag. Tag, you're it, Spider-Man, I would say. And we'll both have to run across in the second level and the first level and we'll both play tag. It was really easy. And then one day, Spider-Man had to come to my house with really tragic news. Knock, 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 knock. Who is that? I said. It was only 3 a.m. and I finally got to sleep. And minutes later, I was woken up. It's Spider-Man! Spider-Man said. I went to go and grab the key from my parents' room, which they clearly did not hide from me. And after that, I went to go and unlock the door. Spider-Man, come into my room so that my parents don't know, I said. Venom has invaded the city beside your city. Stay in your house and do not move, said Spider-Man. That wouldn't be a problem for me, I said. I love to game and that will not be a problem. Spider-Man went off to fight Venom's arm. The first few months was a blast. Every single day, I would walk to my home and play video games. I got to experience all the new video games and my favorite one was named Minecraft. But after a while, I started to get really bored. And so I went through my secret tunnel to go outside and run around. Yes, I can finally run. Let's go, I said, and I ran around freely. But Venom, what I didn't know was Venom was lurking behind the trees. I was getting worried. I heard various sounds, like sounds from which Spider-Man told me which Venom was near. I tried to creep back, but Venom was getting closer and closer and closer. And then suddenly, I saw him. He stood still and looked me in the eye. You cannot, you're the last of your kind. After I finish you, you will die, said Venom. I was so creeped out when suddenly Spider-Man came out of nowhere. Don't worry, I'm gonna save you, said Spider-Man. And he went to go and fend off Venom. It was a very close fight and I wondered who would win, Spider-Man or Venom. It looked like Venom was taking the lead over Spider-Man. Yes, but Spider-Man absolutely slays Venom. Spider-Man absolutely saved my life there. I was speechless. Me and Spider-Man were just walking along in the playground when suddenly one of Venom's clones, which he had designed before he got defeated by Spider-Man, came.
Ho, 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 ho. Defeated Spider-Man, but he can't defeat
me, he said, staring into my eyes. I knew that I was going to be doomed. But then Spider-Man immediately, without armor, jumped onto him. And then Spider-Man just jumped without armor and tried to fend off the Venom's clone. Oh no, Spider-Man was missing all of his shots. And then his armor got removed. Spider-Man's armor got removed. And Venom's clone just suddenly took the armor. Spider-Man managed to put on his headgear, but it was useless. And Spider-Man actually sacrificed himself just to save. Spider-Man had sacrificed his own life to save. I will never ever forget how he saved my life twice.